Hello, this is my first video alone. I hope that you like it. We're going to talk about labor, industrial engineering, ERP technology, and business database technology. As you know, I am the creator of the ERP technology and the business database technology, having studied at the National Polytechnic Institute in Mexico City and working for the Mexican Petroleum Institute. Pemex, the Mexican oil company, gave my technology to Oracle and after to SAP, and after they use this technology worldwide. The situation is that right now it's not even a stolen technology crime, also involves accounting and fiscal frauds all over the world. Slim, Bush, and the Gortaris have been rich using these technologies, bankruptcy a lot of companies, among them Pemex and as well the IMSS, but almost all the Mexican companies were managed inadequately to have a bankruptcy. So in that way they can buy these companies even using the tax money, and they and they continue so on and so on. I found that the algorithms that are used by SAP and Oracle and the other ERP companies worldwide basically are using Babylonic secret knowledge in the software. So this is really bad because, as you know, this is affecting not even countries like Mexico, United States, and others, but as well families and individuals that are blocked by this guy. At corporates, at government, and churches and others. Explaining more about the labor situation, I have experience in Mexico and as well in United States. Then after the Zionists and this use Christian Illuminati start working in their secret knowledge, our employments have been going to China and other countries. So in this way, it seems that in this way they can control us, and the main focus is to keep us voting for them in elections, fraudulent elections in both countries. As you know, in Mexico and United States, it seems that it's common that these fraudulent elections are done nowadays. In the labor situation, we have that industrial engineering has been used almost the last century in factories, in all kind of business, in the government and corporates, basically to increase the productivity and to reduce costs. But right now it seems that they are not using those kind of technology, but instead of that the black box that is used in the ERP technology. Time and motion studies and ergonomics and others are not used anymore by the Illuminatis, and because of that, most of the companies, they start selling us products that cost more, and secondly, they are products that are evil because even they can torture us or kill us, like the intelligent televisions or intelligent mobile phones. So after explaining that, I will try to explain in more detail all what is happening at corporates and government in our working environments. As you know, I have more than 25 years of experience at corporate level. Also, I have been working in government, for example, for the Secretaría de Hacienda y Crédito Público in Mexico City. And I have pretty good experience about IT and finance, okay, and as well as industrial engineering. I'm going to be focused more in industrial engineering, and I try to do this video because it was difficult to find someone who can interview me knowing all these facts. I have been even a professor at the master's degree level in business and industrial engineering at National Polytechnic Institute and also in the States as well. Well, industrial engineering basically starts accumulating knowledge coming from business. So that's why industrial engineering is based on the scientific management, okay, and as well taking all kind of branches of engineering, like the electricity, mechanical, another kind of engineering were added to industrial engineering, because in fact in the working environments we need something that we can analyze the data, that we can know exactly the conditions of the working activities to make it better. So that's why the main objective of industrial engineering was to increase the productivity and reduce the cost as a main factor, okay, as the main factors. But when after the 9/11, the elites start changing all this situation, even trying to destroy the industrial engineering in the United States. They were more focused in the manufacture, in the automation of the manufacture. But industrial engineering involves, as a matter of fact, all kind of processes at corporates and government. Okay, so this the elite having trying to change all this situation and only use systems. The problem of systems is that only involves part of the factors that involve business, because there are multidisciplinary studies that have to be approached to the business processes at corporates and in government. That's the only way to do it. So my technology, the ERP technology, takes all this knowledge, okay, and they give us an approach to use it in only one, I will say only one system that is called right now the ERP technology, okay. The business database I created were basically found because the operating system, they don't have any approach directly to the business processes. So most of the system guy, they were giving solution about the business database, but in fact they were useless if we want to use it at corporates and in government. How I found that is there were a lot of theses in industrial engineering and informatics at UPIXA, at the National Polytechnic Institute, where I study. So I find out, reading a lot of theses, that the informatics guy or the system guys were working in giving solution to the businesses, but that solution were not integrated, and they have a lot of situations related with the data, okay, there were a lot of solutions that, for example, they didn't apply any industrial engineering technique, then were really important for all the companies, because all the companies were trying to increase the productivity, reduce costs and others, and the thesis of Pizza then was talking about the Pizza was it is one of the most important universities in systems. So basically all the big corporates and government, they were using students or professionals from Pizza. So really I have a good start analyzing all these theses and find out that it was really a need to create the ERP technology. But SAP and Oracle mistakenly took my ideas, but in a wrong way, an evil way, because they are using the Babylonic secret knowledge, and they didn't consider all this situation because they don't have the experience basically, and they didn't have any industrial engineering background, especially talking about the owners, okay, of SAP and Oracle. So they really continue doing the same things than have been used for systems, so there are no changes at all. But right now, basically what we can see, a simple view, is that they are using this technology to make accounting and fiscal frauds all over the world. So I realize this situation because I have been working practically in ERP technology for 25 years, and I find out that these mistakes continue to be done, and it was really good for me because today I present a criminal suit against SAP, against Oracle, and against the partners in the US and in Mexico, besides internationally, and I am pretty focused in India and Colombia, because my technology can be used in formal businesses as well as in the atypical businesses. So both of them are considered. So to relate all this kind of business, I have been investigated for several years, even after the SAP and Oracle took my ideas, because I know perfectly that sometimes there will be a time that was when the Maya defined the end of the world, then start exploiting all this kind of situation. But I was expecting that a long time ago, basically because I tried to investigate all this situation of formal and atypical businesses, and I discovered basically that can be used both in both cases, and since then we can see in the media that a lot of these elites are going to jail. In fact, that's one of my main purposes at the Mexican Petroleum Institute, to try to identify this technology that can identify these activity crimes at the Mexican oil company Pemex. Okay, so I think that it was totally a success. Plus, it is identified as well this situation worldwide. This is really important because after this success, I am considering myself the father of industrial engineering as a science, because my technology can be used worldwide, following the same industrial engineering principles. We have the possibility, using the business database, to make sure that the data that we have is scientifically analyze and see it is really we have a better process improvement, Then nowadays, using this ERP technology, that is using this secret knowledge, Babylonic secret knowledge, we cannot I mean, do it properly, because the methodology is, because it's not a scientific, they are not following any scientific methodology. So that's the second mistake that these companies did. And as well, what I can see is that it seems that these guys, they're only receiving the technology even without knowing from these Illuminati pyramids that they have. I have been working, as I mentioned before, for several years. So in my zoo, I have included some important clients, like FMC Technology. Then it will be a company that is stealing the Mexican oil, okay, and others. So the zoos are there, and I think that right now the United States government and as well as the Mexican government, they starting to understand all these crimes, in spite that I have been claiming them for almost 4 or 5 years. Okay, my technology, in fact, is going to be the way to put in jail all these elites that are committing several accounting and fiscal frauds all over the world. The part of the industrial engineering is that, as I said before, it is integrating all the branches of engineering, all the branches of management, to create the scientific management. But at the same time, the last findings in science and technology are related with, for example, with the studies in particles in the blood that can identify some situation with the spirit. So that means that right now my technology is able to connect all this new knowledge, and it might be the unified concept of having all the sciences together. For a scientific guy, we only have physics, we only have math, we only have chemistry, have the only sciences really, and the others are not considered sciences. But with my technology, it's possible to have all of them together, having multiple theses and multiple antitheses, and with a different concept than it was created for Hegel, talking about the dialectic, or the dialectic, okay, than he mentioned before. As well as my technology is breaking totally and destroying totally the ideas of Marx, related with a lot of things, because basically he was not using any technology to show us clearly than the explaining of history, the explaining of economy, and a lot of concepts that he's using were not, he was not using any tool to measure and to confirm what he was saying it was correct. So right now with my technology, we can know exactly that Marx was lying to us, as well as Hegel, and I think that mainly because they were paid by the elites. Okay, they don't care about having this some kind of technology to make these measures, and they only want to say what these elites want us to know. And finally, what we discover is basically there are some concepts like to make the humans fighting, while these top elites, they might not even be humans. According with Elizabeth, Queen of England, she might not be even human, as she said. There are some even some servants or people that work for them, then they are confirming that in fact they change their human body to some kind of reptilian. Okay, there are some also other cameras than are identifying also some changes in faces, especially in the tooth, especially in the tongue, and others, another parts of the faces. Then we can see clearly that there are chart shifter, and this situation changed totally the concepts of and destroyed practically all the concepts of Max, as I see. The approach of my technology was this Mexican elite basically took my technology and was moved to to India. Okay, there are I identify, for example, Juan Proud that works used to work for the World Bank. Has one of the main guys who stole my technology, but they are working, all the leads, they work together. Okay, also I was giving classes at the Instituto Tecnológico de Estudios Superiores de Monterrey in the Mexican state, and I can identify that one of the students was a slim son. So as you see, I can see clearly who could take my ideas and give it to basically to the toppest position of the Illuminati, the Rothschild, the Rockefellers and others. So after they took my technology, they sent it mainly to India. But also they created SAP in Germany, but it was not really a German company. Most of this technology goes directly to India, and Oracle did the same. And in India, they create this mix, I think, because religion situation, culture situation, they took it like using all this secret knowledge, and they apply it basically to United States. It seemed that from Babylonia to the Persian, to the Egyptian, to the Romans, to the Greeks, and other imperiums, they have been using this secret knowledge to destroy imperiums. But that's the first time that they encounter really a technology that can stop them and put them in jail. And they're really right now really scared. You know that in SAP and Oracle they are creating the cloud, the big numbers, and it seems that this technology was already used in industrial engineering. I mean, they are repeating, they are starting to rediscover industrial engineering instead of using the science that we have. So that means that this secret knowledge of the elites are currently there are no comparison with the human science and technology. Of course they are killing scientists. Of course they want to control the education sectors in our own countries, in all the countries. So they can control all this knowledge, even in the scientific papers. Okay. um, and because of that, but this kind of situation makes to discover to all the people, regular people, than in their jobs. They don't even ask them how to improve a process, as the Japanese did before, more than 20 years ago. Not even in Japan they are using this kind of group technologies anymore. So basically they're receiving a closed black box, that is the ERP technology, and they have to use it like that, like slaves. And so the purpose of this is to make this accounting and fiscal fraud worldwide, and continue with that. So my technology is discovering all the situation, and basically in the part of science of technology we have the opportunity to unite all the sciences of all the sciences, even some of them that are not considered sciences right now, but being can be used, all this knowledge using modules like that are according with the education sector. So when you are doing a program for a subject, you need to have modules. In my case, in my technology, these modules have to be connected to the systems, so we need to codify all these modules and use it for labor at government and corporates. Okay. So doing that, the approach in the near future for humans is going to be really successful, because we're not going to use anymore this secret knowledge of Babylonia. Then we don't see any advantage. Okay. Industrial engineering has I don't know, it's going to continue with the same name, but it's going to be the accumulation of this knowledge in a system that is totally integrated. Nobody is going to control the ERP technology. There's no way. The only way to do it is using something similar like the MK Ultra. Then is basically the connection between the humans and the computers. My technology has to be the middle technology to make this kind of approaches, because the elites are using these technologies to kill and torture only. So if this continues, it's going to be the end of the humanity. So I think that all the world is going to stop it, definitely, but the technology is going to continue. So this technology has to unify the humans in the ERP technology. And this is going to continue for a long time. So I hope that my heritage can use my technology not for these elites, but for all the humans, in the well-being of all the humanity. Okay. And of course, this coming with a lot of changes in laws in each one of our countries, and of course there are going to be changes in the elite, because I think that it's going to be the end of this elite. Then basically they don't work for us. Okay, they don't have any more. They don't have anything more to give us, because we're going to have the technology to have all the activities that we have to do in the well-being of the humanity. because these guys they are basically trying to, as I said before, to continue doing the fiscal and accounting fraud. This accounting of debit and credit only is really manageable by this elite, so that's why they were doing all this cheeky stuff, and they have a lot of cheeky stuff. I mean, we're not going to end telling each one of the cheeky situations that they are doing, but my technology, in fact, is going to be the tool to end this Illuminati world. Okay, so explaining in more detail, my technology is going to be the direction of the humanity. Definitely, if we want to end this all these murders that are happening right now, all these worldwide wars that we have, and all these families, the rich families that are having all the money, all of oil, gold, silver, precious stones, so they having everything, but this is the end of them. As I said before, right now the ERP technology has to change drastically to have a total reengineering, and I doing this video also to have the opportunity, for example, with Donald Trump, and I think that he's going to be the new US president, then he will have the opportunity to use this technology in a better way and replace totally this secret knowledge in the ERP technology that we have right now worldwide. So the initial point is the United States. He has to have the facts, to have our jobs again, to have the richness again, because all these elites have taken all the money and everything from the United States. So we need to return that. They have put it almost in, or we are in a bankruptcy right now. So it's something realistic, but we have the opportunity to change it. Has the Romans, the Greeks, and the Egyptians, the Persian, they didn't have a choice, okay, because the attack is everywhere. The wall of Trump is basically one of the reactions of this kind of attacks. We can see it with the Romans. The Romans tried to do the same, to put a wall, and they failed because they didn't know that this attack is coming everywhere and also internally. So these guys did you Christian Illuminati. They infiltrate the corporates and the government to try to control it, and in this case to destroy the United States. And has the Romans, after they moved to not right now to England. I mean, they plan to move to Switzerland, to China, and Israel. Has the main countries than were planned to control all this new world order. But with Trump we have definitely the opportunity to make all these changes. I contacted Obama since he won the first election, and I told him to be part of his team. Of course, we know that Obama is part of the same situation, and I offer also my skills with Trump. I know that right now the U.S. government have some areas of ERP technology, so they have it as a fact. So I am the creator of the ERP technology, and because of that, I'm going to talk with Trump to have this technology available, and to try to work with him in the creation of and use of this technology properly and according with scientific methods. This scientific method, as a matter of fact, has industrial engineering practically born in the United States. So that's one of the mistakes of the Indian companies. They don't know anything about industrial engineering. They don't know anything about activity-based costing, and you can see the chaos internally at corporates and government. This is because they don't know what they are doing. I mean, this guy of systems, they are doing in the integration, but they are not really doing a good integration. All the database is totally a mix of confusion internally, and then can produce wrong decisions and evil situations, and even satanic, with a lot of chaos. If you talk with these Indians, you're going to ratify that in fact this is the situation. Okay, the media, the Zionist media, have been hiding all these facts. As I said before, I have 4 or 5 years trying to contact the media, like in the United States, almost all of them, CNN, Washington Post, and others, and as well in Mexico, Televisa, TV Azteca, and others. And definitely I am blocked by these guys that are part of the Zionism and these Illuminati secret societies. So what I did is to have several videos. So I have more than 10 videos at this time, so you can look at them. We are talking different situations than I have identified, and I'm doing this video basically to explain how is going to be the progress of industrial engineering related with labor. Okay, because my main studies are industrial engineering. I have a bachelor degree, a master degree in industrial engineering. I was a professor at UPIXA and at the master degree in industrial engineering. Basically I know that. That's for me it's a priority to explain to everybody the situation, because this is coming with changes in the economics studies, in the history, and definitely industrial engineering is going to destroy this Illuminati economics and this Illuminati history, because they are not true, and they are not scientific. So right now we are right now standing on industrial engineering using the same techniques that we have at the last century, after the creation of industrial engineering in the worldwide, in the worlds, and in the military. Okay, and was used successfully at corporates, and have been used successfully at corporates and government. It will be continuing that way. The consumers want products than they are cheap, but with a really good quality, and that's what we don't have right now. Okay, we can see the for example, in Walmart or another shopping center, then we don't have the products anymore than we used to have in the States. We're not talking a lot of time, maybe 20 years since the ERP technology was created by coincidence. There's no coincidence. They're changing drastically this technology with the purpose of controlling us and killing us. The main objective of the Illuminati is to kill more than 90% of the population, and this is really possible because of the use of chemtrails. They are controlling the weather, they are creating earthquakes and others, and the food also, and right now they want to have all the water at the same time. So if we see all these factors, we can identify clearly that they are using this secret knowledge hidden by the ERP technology. But the industrial engineering opened totally this box, can show to all the population worldwide, and it's totally wrong. They are not using any scientific method. And basically, what we have in the topest position at corporates and governments are situations like they are homosexuals, okay, they are psychopaths, okay. In some cases, they are already criminals. Okay, they have been killed people and doing this accounting and fiscal fraud, or maybe working in the Illuminati atypical businesses like narco traffic, like child trafficking, and others. So it's so the world is turning really satanic, really Babylonic, and my technology can give all these. Can change drastically the situation with the use of industrial engineering. And as I said before, industrial engineering accumulate a lot of knowledges coming from different branches of engineering and other social sciences, almost all the social sciences, okay. What is doing my technology is to accumulate that, and in the future we can see the use of unified science and technology. We are going to definitely unify science and technology with this scope, because everything is showing us clearly in science and technology. Then that's the direction that we're going to have. And in fact, this is going to be a big change, especially for the individuals, because definitely the use of this nanotechnology and the implants and the chips is going to be a fact. I mean, this technology, they're going to give us more abilities, even to do what we have to do in the earth, or maybe abroad, outside of the earth, okay, in the space. And we are right now having all this kind of technology, and of course it is needed, the ERP technology and the business database technology as well, because it can control all this situation legally, I mean, and not be used in a satanic way. So in fact, this approach is I have been hearing with different people and reading as well. Then many people think that it's going to be the directions, but of course they don't have the background in industrial engineering, and they cannot explain in detail what is going to be needed. So that's why I try to do this video, to try to explain at the high level position what is the industrial engineering is going to do. And in that way you can have the opportunity to try to have to pick up a book of industrial engineering, maybe to start with the initial studies in industrial engineering, to try to understand why we have to continue using industrial engineering as we know it right now, and try to avoid to use this satanic technology used by SAP and Oracle, than having destroyed our corporates, our government, and even the country itself. Okay, that's a fact. Nevertheless, the situation is to avoid this fiscal and accounting fraud. We have to continue using the ERP technology, because it identifies clearly when these elites are doing incorrectly a business process. So it's important to continue using it. Nevertheless, as I said before, it's part of this secret knowledge, Babylonic secret knowledge, using systems. It's going to help us to understand more what have been used for centuries. So my technology uncover all that. So if you are a professional working in systems or in business or in sales or in production, it is good for you to understand this secret knowledge and have been that are used in the ERP technology right now and in the business database, and see all the tricky processes that they follow to make it. Okay, so it's really important to understand all that. So we have to continue with the technology and expect some changes with Drum. I hope that I will part of the team to do a re-engineering in this ERP technology that I created, and as well in the business database. Definitely to try to destroy all this satanic finance wrong that is made worldwide. So I hope that it's going to be like that, and I hope that the people around the world is starting to realize that this is really important. Then we have to change our education processes, not like in the Zionist way. I mean, it's totally wrong, without direction, as we've seen several countries. So the need of using my technology with the students is going to be helpful, because they can create as I said, this coding that is going to be needed at corporates and government with new knowledges. We cannot stop in the creation of knowledge, scientific knowledge. This guy, they try to definitely to continue using the same knowledge all the time. So my children are studying basically what I studied. So this is unrealistic. So if we don't have the science and technology to do it better, it's because scientists are killed. They are blocking all the new science and technology, and because the realistic situation is what I explained right now, and it's something that we cannot see in the schools and universities because it's blocked. Okay, so we have to change this situation and try to do the things better. I mean, we cannot have anymore these elites only working to maybe to make these atypical businesses for themselves and and be millionaires. It cannot be like that anymore, and basically my technology is going to that direction, and I think that the objectives are accomplished at this time. We have people that even president are going to jail for sure if my technology identifies the facts. And right now the lawyers and other professionals in several areas, they are starting to find out how to use it. I think that it is good, and they starting to realize that this technology, in fact, it's helping the humanity to get rid of these guys. And as I said before, I am totally in contact with you. If you want to clarify more about the use of this technology, then it's going to be I mean, there's going to be really a great development. I mean, I can see it clearly, and I hope that you're going to realize that this is going to be like that. Okay, thank you very much for listening me, and I hope that this video is going to be helpful for you. Basically a motivation to continue getting involved in this industrial engineering opening that I created. So thanks, and God bless you.